Assalamualaikum guys, welcome to another episode of the FairDinkum podcast. This week's episode we got brother Taofiq, alhamdulilah. A lot of brothers have been recommending him for a long time now, alhamdulilah. We got the opportunity to bring him on the couch. So he's a brother from the UK. He spoke a lot about his upbringing, playing football through the Premier League system, going all the way up to under 23s. Through the system, of course, the type of lifestyle that comes with it, a lot of challenges that he spoke about, and some of the stories in that he spoke, you'll hear on this episode. And also his decision in coming to Australia, leaving his life behind the UK for certain reasons that you'll hear. And yeah, this episode is full of stories, so much to learn from his experiences and, you know, the wisdom he has with his speech as well. So enjoy the episode.
So I actually getting a job like doing labouring. I remember, bro. I was doing labouring, yeah, and that's what I'm trying to give you on my mind state.
That's when it hits you,
bro.
I can imagine. I can think of
is smashing chimneys, sledgehammer, but I'm doing it with pure anger.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah, pure anger.
Letting it release.
I'm upset. I'll never forget my mom. My mum and dad used to see me come home from labouring all dirty and that. And my mum says, I didn't suffer and with education for my son to end up like this. Like in this country, she said, you're from the UK and you're doing this. You know, them ones, she suffered in Africa and she's saying, my son is doing this. Like, she's praying to God, like, please, like, save this boy. I'll never forget one of the guys I met on the labouring, he just come out of jail. And he went jail for shooting at police, yeah? So obviously, we were all chatting at lunch one time and he's saying, yeah, like, man, just come out of jail, you get me, man, done my thing, man, booted. And the police is telling man the story, like, yeah, what you been on? Like, get me? I was playing for Burnley. Play for Burnley, we do this, man. You see that heartbreak?
Yeah, that kills you.
Broken. Yeah, you start feeling like a wasteman. Embarrassing now.
Well, in that instance, then let's start it off there, inshallah. If you can give us a bit of a touch into your upbringing. We're here in Australia, obviously, but that's not where your journey began. It began in the UK, if I'm not wrong.
Yes.
So could you touch on it a little bit for us?
Yeah, so I was born in, I'm a London boy. So I was born in North London, actually. I was born in Camden. So I was born and raised in Camden until about the age of around 10. And then we moved around a bit. I went to another place in like North West London and I came to Hackney when I was about 12, just before secondary school. So my upbringing, I would say, I'm raised in Hackney, but I also still went back to school in Camden. So all my friends was between the two areas. So yeah, man, I'm a London boy. So Hackney, Camden. Yeah. Hackney's most known for Top Boy. Yeah. Top Boy is based upon the area I'm from. And Camden's obviously known for like just a big tourist area that people go to when they go to London. They always say, I want to go Camden.
Camden, so,
yeah, I grew up in two very popular areas. Yeah, man.
What was it, when you compare it to obviously like Australia as well, what would you say the stark differences between life here in Australia as well as growing up in the UK?
I think Australians don't understand how nice life is here. Boy.
It is, isn't it?
Yeah, your whole environment, the country, just the space, the living standard is so different.
Facts.
Bro, like, growing up in London, obviously I was born in a council estate, so for me, I grew up in public housing, it was mad. Yeah, okay. Like, everyone's on top of each other. I got a big family as well. So I grew up with 4 boys in my house, but I got 7 siblings. I'm the youngest of 8. So we 4 boys in a house is a lot, and we're all close in age, like 10 years gap. So growing up together and the environments that we was around was tough. It had to be tough. Like it was a thorough environment where here's more chilled, relaxed. Like kids don't travel by themselves. Their mum and dad drive them everywhere. No one really gets public transport unless you're in the city. Whereas I've been getting on the bus and train by myself since like 11, 12 years old. You know what I mean?
Since you're young.
So it's a different. There's the boy. I think growing up in the UK, the boys and girls are more developed. They're more independent.
From an early age?
From an early age.
Is that the ones that lived around the council estates?
In general, yeah. I just don't think we have to go get it. We have to do it ourselves.
Correct. Yeah.
Parents always working. They're having to do stuff to provide.
You had no choice to grow up.
Yeah, there's no. You want to go football after school club? You get there yourself.
Yeah.
Get home yourself. You know, we have some things called play center. So play center would be the thing you go from school at 4, finish at 4 o'clock. You go to play center until about 6:30 p.m.
Yep.
Obviously, mum and dad might finish 9 to 5. By the time you get home, then they'll be home. You get home for 7, dinner's ready, go to bed. And they're like very popular, or youth club. So I used to go youth club.
Facts.
And all that type of stuff where you don't have none of that here. That's not even a thing.
Yeah, there's not.
What would that be for us? Like after school care assign?
Yeah, but there's not many. It depends on the school, really. Yeah. But like, yeah, most public schools and that don't really have that system.
The council estates. Have you seen the ones in Australia?
Yeah. Well, I've seen Flem. I've seen Flemington. I've seen Heidelberg. Like I've been around. I've seen them. I've been Dandenong, Dovton. Like I've seen them.
Correct.
But for me, like Footscray. When I first came, everyone said that. Oh
Footscray, that's the ghetto.
Plays the ghetto and that. But I don't call that the ghetto. I just call that like poverty. Does that make sense? There's a difference to me.
Government housing. Government support.
I feel like that's just like a neglected area where if it's neglected, you get a certain type of demographic. Yeah. Whereas in like council estates, right, where I'm from, is a completely different dynamic. It's not necessarily people that are broke or they just can't afford the lifestyle of what a rich house is. So you get a mixture of people living in government houses. Maybe some really intelligent people, some people that have really good jobs, some people that don't, all in one blending pot, which is different. Whereas in like, for example, what I mean is like, you won't get an aspiring lawyer in Footscray.
No, you won't. No.
Yeah,
they would have made it out already by then.
Exactly, where you'll get an aspiring lawyer living maybe on a public housing council estate or just off a council estate, or someone that is doing something there. Does that make sense?
That makes sense.
Around the rest of it, the local, whatever.
Correct. It's a complete different environment. I remember when the boys, there's a boys from Birmingham coming down here when they played in that Somali Week Asphalt tournament, and that was one of the things they were like describing as well. It's like what we call council estates for them is like a villa. It's like if they could have that over there, they'd be actually laughing.
Honestly, when I first found out there was like gangs and like mandem here, like people wanted to be bad, I was like, what? It baffled me, bro. And like honestly, I'm looking at them like, how? You're too far away.
Yeah, facts.
Like you're just too far away for this to be a problem.
Yeah.
And why would you do that when you all live nice lives? Obviously, life is test regardless, But like, you don't have to do this. Like, you just genuinely don't.
There's a big influence from even just seeing the TV shows, music videos, and all.
And this is the problem. I feel like people are trying to portray something that's not necessary.
Facts.
Whereas in the other side of the world, like you could be America, it could be in UK, like bro, it's really like that.
Yeah.
And your enemies, it's around the corner.
Yeah,
it's not.
I think the kids here and stuff, or those people that get that idea, often get it from shows like Top Boy and whatnot. You know, and often more than not, it's not actually a reality as well. You know,
Top Boy's exaggerated.
It's so exaggerated.
It's a program to make things nice. But at the same time, they're talking about real things, but it's not as glamorized as obviously they make it.
So what is it, the neighborhoods of UK like growing up in there? Like if it's not like Top Boy, then
you can navigate out. So like me, for example, myself, right? I played football, so football was my escape. Obviously, I got friends that are involved. Even to this day, I have friends that are, or people that I consider my friends to be doing whatever they're doing in their lives. But we all grew up together. You make a choice at a certain point, right? We all started playing football. Some then want money. Some want girls. Some want this. Some want that. Nowadays, I think the more options are is that you got music, you got football, and you got now streaming. It's become the bigger thing. The kids want to be YouTubers, right? They want to be Chunks and Philly and the rest of them. Whereas when I grew up, it was just straight football. It was like, yo, you can make it to the Prem. But for us, it's different. Like, you see Arsenal on your doorstep. You see Chelsea, Tottenham, Fulham. Like you see the clubs and the scouts are there looking for you guys, and if you do good enough and work hard enough, you can get it.
And you're probably hearing people in your area, they got signed to Chelsea Academy, Arsenal Academy.
You're like, man, just got to try that Arsenal. And you're like, right, I need to work harder. So growing up in it, it was like, I see it. It was crazy. Like I could be playing 4 goals. It's a game called we play 4 goals. Playing 4 goals. Next thing you know, you hear there's something crazy goes up. About 5 minutes later, we're back to 4 goals. Does that make sense? Next thing, something else mad goes on. It's like, bro, it's like a juxtaposition of life, bro. 1 second, you just see some craziest thing you ever seen in your life happen. 2 seconds later, everyone's just playing football again. Like, it's just like,
they're so locked in on the way.
Bro. You go home, and they're saying, did you hear about it? And you're like, no, I don't know what you're talking about. You know, that one.
Correct. You've been trying to put it on the other guy.
And that's just like what London is, isn't it? It's a melting pot of opportunities, and you can decide where you want to go. There comes a point, don't get twisted, it's not easy. But there becomes a point where you can make a decision for yourself. And it's up to you to make the decision. So that's the difference. I think we're just in the biggest city in the world, and it's it's full of opportunities, but it's also full of distractions and temptations that also lead you to wherever it want. So yeah.
Have you realised that difference in terms of aspirations with kids here compared to UK in terms of not just soccer, but like also like YouTube streaming, all these options? There's not many here, for example. It's a really different culture.
What's it called? Tall poppy syndrome. Is it tall poppy syndrome? Yeah, you lot got that big, man.
We do have that over here, don't we?
Yeah, massive, bro.
Yeah.
It's so sad.
Do you feel it here as well?
Yeah, I see it.
Even though they know you're not from here, but then still.
Oh no, for me, I'm different. Everyone here treats me like they love me because I'm from the UK.
Yeah,
I have an accent.
Yeah,
You're something different. You're different.
I'm different to what they knew, so that everyone like, we call it not glazing, but like, you know what I mean? They come,
No,
they love you, like,
No, it's glazing, bro.
Yeah,
It's glazing.
and I'm like, whereas in for me,
Yeah.
I'm like, you got someone that's so talented in any aspect. It could be a creative, it could be football, it could be thing, and you don't push them.
Yeah.
Because you just don't want to. But if they make it, you'll be saying, "Look at this guy.
Yeah,
look at this
Yeah,
girl.
I know this guy.
Yeah, I know him. You remember him?" And I'm like,
Yeah.
why is that? For things to work, we all need to eat. If you're not all eating, no. If one guy's eating and everyone's starving, you're not going. It's not going to work.
Because I even realized with the UK, like let's say YouTube scene, for example, there's obviously the first few that started, right, which is quite obvious. But then you started to see later in the years some other like random names starting to get bigger audience through their friends, through the ones that already
Established.
For
exactly.
example,
Yeah, you look. Chunks was probably the first one.
Yeah.
He came through. He brought Philly. Then he brought Harry Pinero. Obviously, you know what I'm saying. Then he brought Harry Pinero. Yeah. And then from there, Harry Pinero's brought the next wave of people coming through, the YouTubers, and like you've seen the scene now.
Yeah.
These guys are doing crazy things. Like no, I mean crazy things.
Very crazy. Yeah.
They're selling out football stadiums, 50,000 and that.
Yeah.
Going around the world and playing against AMP. Like they're doing things that is unimaginable, but they're putting everyone on.
Yeah, they're putting everyone on.
They're saying, "Oh yeah, Foot Asylum, you want to do a thing? Oh yeah, my price is this. Oh you," and they're actually telling them an overprice to then get their boy paid.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? So then they're like, "Oh, I can't do it, but Harry can.
He can do it." So they put the other guy on.
Then they
Yeah,
and that's what they're
after each other.
doing. They're looking after each other, and then when Harry gets bigger than that, he puts someone else on.
Facts.
Yeah.
Like PK Humble now, and you see Specs and the rest of them. And this is what the UK has. Once you get in it, you can't let everyone eat, obviously, naturally.
Facts.
But people want people to put on because the scene then grows. And then you can talk like me and be on TV. Do you know what I mean? Because it's now become accustomed because the directors or the director's son and daughter are watching PK Chunks and that.
Yeah.
So then they don't look at us like we're just illiterates.
They're fans of him indirectly as well.
Yeah, they're like they now start watching it with their son and daughter and like, oh my god, he's funny, and then they start buying into your character.
Yeah.
Give you a chance now because there's more of you.
It's a lot different.
I think with Melbourne, we're just so far behind, and it's an open market in that sense. So no one has taken that first mass. You're starting to see it slowly here and now, you know, with the creatives and whatnot. But we're just so far behind, and that first set of creators hasn't really come out yet, you know. And that's the main difference between here and Australia compared to over there. It's like it's been a while. Like how long's KSI been around? You know, he's been around since we were like kids.
Yeah,
you know. And now, in terms of content creators and stuff in Australia, it's just this generation that's starting to somewhat do it. You know,
come out. Do you know what? Also, it is. I feel like with Australians, bro, for someone that come from the UK, I genuinely, I've been really like 5 to 10 years behind.
Yeah.
Like, as in, like, if I bring an idea from the UK now, like even my coaching and stuff I'm doing, I literally just taking stuff that I was doing back home, and I do it here. I'm the first one to do it.
Yeah.
But not even that. Even the quality is different because the quality that you're getting. When I first came, I was actually shocked with the standard of football coaching.
Yeah.
Like just the average parent was coaching. I'm like, what's going on here? Like, this is
very
bad.
It's not even football.
It's not even football. And then the system, how it works here, I was just like, this is backwards. You pay to play, bro. Football's a
And
poor
you're paying a
man's
lot.
game. Yeah, like football is a poor person sport. You know that, right? It's not tennis. It's not golf.
Correct.
It's not Formula One. Football is a thing where you need a ball. You put you can put 2 balls of water and you play. You see it everywhere in Africa. You see it everywhere in the world.
Wherever you are in the world.
It doesn't matter. You can play a match.
Facts.
Yeah, I come here.
Yeah.
You got to pay 2,000 to play.
Yeah, ridiculous.
2K.
Yeah.
God forbid. No, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then I started to realize, but then people are willing to pay. Then they're doing extra lessons with guys who don't know what they're doing, have no experience, not playing at any level, just robbing, like literally. And that is what made me realize where it's like there's just a chain of effect problem.
Facts. Yeah.
And that's That's the problem here.
And there's also this laid-back culture to Australia that doesn't somewhat exist in the UK. Like in the UK, you go there, everyone just seems to be that bro that wants to hustle. You know, they've got some sort of crypto scheme going on. They've got some sort of hustle there. This, that, creative director. They're gonna sell you a course. You know, where here in Australia, it's like, boys, when are we going to the beach?
Yeah, bro. Do you know what it is? Let me not lie to you. When my brother came to visit me last week, and even he was saying it to me. He's like, this place is mad. He's like, because I was looking after him, but I was still doing my normal day-to-day life, like playing football, coaching, He's like, bro, you've lived your life and spent bare time with me. Like, how you're working? Like, how? I said, bro, let me tell you about Australians. They live and then they work. In where we're from, you work to live.
You work to live, correct.
Like, you have to work. Like, bro, you're scheming. Like, your 9 to 5 or your normal job is never enough. You got to have 2 jobs. Like, you've got to work. Like, for example, my mum was a midwife, and she was a midwife also working agency. So she would take extra shifts to make sure she could. And this is what I'm saying, mummy's working 2 jobs. Like, it's that peak. Whereas in you guys are like you said, bro, it's 25 degrees. Let's go to the beach, man.
Facts.
Thursday's a new Friday here.
Anything to have a day off.
What
What do you mean they invented whatever the daylight saving stuff just to cheat in another hour?
No, honestly.
Longer days, huh?
But I respect it.
Facts.
If it works, it works, right? But it was what I think I was mentioning it earlier. It then creates less driven people.
Facts.
Yeah, definitely.
Everyone's comfortable.
Very
The idea of
comfortable.
side hustle is quite uncommon.
And no one really wants to go get it. Everyone wants to sleep. Everyone wants to start late.
Yeah, now you start to feel it even more now when the prices of rent and everything, inflation is starting to hit. Now everyone's starting to get 2 jobs, you know?
But your inflation ain't even inflation.
Yeah, compared to what yours is.
Yeah, I'm saying, I'm being serious though.
Facts.
You seen? I don't know if you ever seen on TikTok like a 1,900 flat in central London, and it's a shed.
Yeah, facts.
And it's like 4,000 AUD, bro. You think we're not 4,000 AUD will get you, bro? You're living in Chelsea. Do you know what I mean? You're living. I'm living in the beach, Brighton.
Facts.
You're not living in the. And this is what I'm saying. There's a difference where they really have to work, and that's really what it is like. And that's why then people are in council estates, right?
Yeah.
Because it's cheaper
Then
than living in somewhere where
renting private.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I fear that the UK is going to end up like Switzerland.
I mean, what's Switzerland like?
Switzerland is probably it's the most expensive place to live in Europe, and they don't really care if you can't afford it. You can't afford it.
Yeah, just like move on.
The elites live there, kind of thing.
And they're trying to keep that inside within them. Yeah, education's free, all of that kind of stuff. You know,
I think that's what I'm scared London may become.
Can you take us back to the early days and your love for football? How that started out to be, and especially in a time when, like you said, you've seen madness all around you. You know, and you chose to be driven, lock in, and keep your aspirations in terms of football. Could you touch on that?
Yeah, so I mentioned I'm the youngest of 4 brothers, right?
Yeah.
So we just got stuck together, essentially. I started playing football when I was 8 years old. My brother, I used to have to wait for my brother to finish school. So we was in the same school at the same time. He's a couple years older than me. So when he would want to finish school, he would kick ball with his boys in the playground. And then I had to wait for him to take me home. So then I used to watch. And then after a while, I said, "This is that I'm playing, man. You get me?" They try not pass me the ball for the first couple of times, and then, but I've always been big for my age, so I could kick it. And then I then realized I was good. I don't know. I just was good in it. I was just always really good. I was like captain of my school teams. I was always playing a year above. I was just always like I played for my borough. Like it was just always like
fun.
Yeah, I didn't know how good I was. I was just good, if that makes sense.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Amongst my peers, I was better, but my peers were better than everyone else. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And it was just a thing I did. I didn't properly take football seriously till I was like 14.
Yeah. What changed? What caused that?
14, man. I was exposed to a lot of stuff when I was 14.
Yeah.
So I think,
as in the area.
Yeah, my friends became active gang members by early doors, man. We was exposed to a lot early. There's a lot of stuff I was exposed to from a young age, probably from about 11, 12, when I started seeing, and I was involved. Like it was long.
And 14 is a pivotal year as well.
So then I played in this tournament. There's a tournament in London called London Youth Games, right? So each borough, London's 32 boroughs. Each borough plays in this tournament. And it's like the best of the best kids get selected, and we trained for it for like 10 weeks prior to this tournament. Like it's a big tournament.
Yeah.
So like my borough is a small borough. It's not known for football. Like when Camden that I played for was not known for football. Hackney was, but I couldn't play for Hackney. I lived in Hackney, but I I went to school in Camden, so I had to play for the Camden, right?
Yeah.
Long story short, bro, we ended up killing it. But these are my guys from young. I've known these guys, so we had that continuity of like knowing each other. We've been playing chemistry 99. We weren't I didn't have the best players around me, but chemistry was.
Yeah, that's what works.
Because then I was playing schools that had all these ballers from Tottenham, Norwich, West Ham, and we would beat them because they would have one individual, 2, 3, but we was boys. We just knew each other, and we ended up getting to the final.
Wow.
And we lost to Lewisham. Lewisham at the time had Joe Gomez. Who was playing for them? Like Casey Palmer, like all these mad ballers. Like they all ended up playing for like Chelsea. Like you know, Premier League. Like they became ballers, right? And they beat us 2-1 in the final, and we was. And I'll never forget this because that was a pivotal point in my life. You know them ones. Yeah. And after that tournament, bro, I just got scouted. That was it. I entered academy football. I just Millwall, Brentford, QPR. I went Millwall, Brentford, QPR, Leyton Orient, Dagenham, Redbridge, and it was like. Just trialing around, seeing the level, like, oh, rah, this is mad.
Facts.
Like, I remember I was on trial at Dagenham and had a game against Arsenal. And I was just like, rah, like, man's playing against Arsenal, got slapped up, went and played Arsenal. But do you know what I mean? I'm at Hale End, like, it was mad.
Correct.
And I was just like, oh, yeah, man wants to be a baller. Still, this is live.
Correct.
So then I was
like, it's every child's dream.
Yeah, so it just came, like, basically came to you, the opportunities just from playing in that tournament.
Yeah, because when I was younger, I was always good, but I was always playing with the man them.
Yeah.
So, like, even if I was driven, we can go play a team. My boy might just start a fight. Does that make sense?
Correct. Yes.
We're fighting. We're known as the fighters now. We're going there to fight. You know what I mean? Not the ballers. Not the ballers no more. We're not going. We're just going. That's my boy. If the beef starts, it's done.
Yeah.
Whereas in like when I got to 14, I actually saw academy football and I was away from the man them. I was no longer with the man them.
Correct. There's a bit more structure,
professional training. Yeah. And training 3 times a week. Now I got signed. Training 3 times a week. When I was in year 10, was about 14, 15, missing 1 day of school a week. Yeah. And this became like, I could really achieve this now. I'm like, yo, I'm serious. Like, I'm not. So I would chill with the man them at school. School would, I got to go training. Yeah. So then I would love the days where I didn't have training to chill with the boys. But that's when I first started. So that's why, but then I was a late bloomer because by 14, you need some technical ability that you get.
Yeah, there's a standard, right?
Exactly. Like, think about it. Like, you get a Rashford who makes his debut at 16, 17, or a Saka or Ethan Waneri, yeah? These guys have been doing this since 8. When I was doing that at 8, I was playing in the playground with my brother, unstructured. With the boys, punting the ball and that. Correct. These guys are all doing laces, drive, reverse passes, drills, sidewinders. I couldn't do that. Yeah. I would just, had heart. And I could, you know what I'm saying? You get me? I know it me, so I get about. They like me in the team. So I had to then really work hard on that though, like ball on the wall, technical stuff, like trying to use my left foot, right foot. And to be fair, bro, I maximised my ability in my career. Whereas in like, I just never started early because like I said, by 14, I was still with the man them. And even probably because of my upbringing is why my career didn't go where it was. Just because of the people like I've been hanging around.
Correct. They had a bit of an effect with your...
Everything, bro. Like, my off-the-pitch lifestyle was mad.
Yeah, facts. So then when did you make it a conscious decision to sort of not look that way, whatever's happening off the pitch, and start saying, hey, I'm actually trying to like pursue this dream, like every child's dream?
I think, so I did really well for 2 years. I got signed at 14, and then at 16 is when you get your scholarship. Okay, where you go into like full-time football and you get paid a bit of money in England. So it's a big time. And on the preparation for my scholarship, my team told me I need to start coming to day release again. Yeah. I stopped going because I used to sell food in school, like as in like crisp and chocolates and that. Yeah. I used to make loads of money. Is this
as a hustle?
Yeah. As a side
See what I mean? Wow. They're hustling at the age of 14.
No, but I was doing that from year 7.
Were you the only one doing that, or were there more people?
Yeah, no, because my brother was in year 11, innit? And I was in year 7. Correct. So when I started selling for him on his behalf in year 7, because they shut off the playgrounds, right? So we was doing it both. I had a job in it. Yeah, so he had his playground, I had mine, innit? Yeah. And anyone that tried to touch me, my brother would just deal with it. Because obviously he's the big dog, he's the head of the school. Yeah. So as soon as he left though, I stepped up. Year 8, no one could sell.
That's your playground.
Yes, now my playground. My brother's in year 6th form, and obviously I'm a big youth, and I'm on scrapping. So as a kid, now I had a bad time. Like, I'm different now. It's funny now looking back at me, but I was a bully. Like I was like, you couldn't chat to me. But I'm the youngest of 8 siblings, bro. We can get rocking. Like, it didn't matter. So it's I was selling. I was always selling. Used to sell hula hoops, 2 gold bars, and a Capri Sun. That was my thing. Iceland, bro. People don't know for £1, bro. £1 munch. That's what it was called.
Were you selling at like high prices and that, like ripping people off or not?
Nah, man. 2 gold bars and a hula hoop and a crib. That's a banging bit.
He's selling it hard, yeah. He's got deals
bro.
2 for 1.
And I used to do little things when things didn't work out in numbers wise. I give you a Capri Sun and a hula hoop for £1. So then I was still getting my pound. Everything I had to do 50s or £1.
Yeah, on the house.
What was competition like?
There was no competition.
You made sure there was no competition, bro.
But then obviously my boys wanted to. They saw my hustle. I used to. I tell you my calculations, bro. My mum and dad used to give me £10 for school dinners every week. £10 weren't enough. So dinners at lunch was £2.50.
Yeah.
Do the maths. You get me? And your break time you need to eat as well. You know what I'm saying? Can't go from 8 a.m. to 1. No food. So I used to, bro, I'm telling you, I used to go Iceland and spend all my money. So I had to be hustling. You get me? Or hustling. I had nothing.
Facts.
So boom, sell that every day, make £20. So £10 profit. Spend £10, invest again, £20 the next day. End of the week, £50.
Facts.
And then you know where the re-up's coming from? Mum and dad on Monday. You get it?
Yep.
So every week you're walking away with £60, £60, bro.
That's a quick £60.
Bro, I was
That's a lot of money at that age.
What?
Yeah.
Bro, fresh crap, bro. My
Do you account for days? Do you account for days when it's like raining and stuff?
Yeah.
Like,
bro, the hustle's harder.
Poor.
Wet break, I'm class to class, bro. Wet break hustle's on, bro. I'm telling you, bro. This is funny now, and people don't believe it. I'm telling you. When they say people, I really did that. My boys can vouch for me. My boys just sell cookies though, so I let them sell cookies because it's a different dynamic. I told
different niche.
2 gold bars and crisp and a drink. You can get a cookie too. You get me? And his thing was 50p, and not everyone has the money for the pound.
Exactly.
So I let him do his thing.
It's just a cookie as well.
Wow.
Exactly. We're all eating. So yeah, man, it was good times. I can't lie. So I'm being serious. No joke. My football club is telling me you need to come to training because the scholar manager needs to see you. And I'm telling him, big man,
This business
my
opportunity.
re-up is great. You get me? I need that money. You're telling me to come training. You see me 3 other days a week. It's not making sense. So I'm telling my mum and dad that I'm focusing on my GCSEs so I can stay in school. So the African parents, they say,
they're happy. They're sorted.
The club saying, we need you to come and prove to my man. I said, nah. So then that was why they ended up coming to a road, and they was just like, they didn't think I was taking football seriously. So they released me, right? That hurt me still.
You regret it now? No. Yeah, maybe
Needed the money, man.
Yeah, it's true.
Life was different. Man.
Facts.
I'm telling you, no, it was peak, man. I remember my mum bought me Lonsdales. Yeah, I don't
what?
know
Sorry,
if you know what Lonsdale trainers are. You know, like Dunlops,
Yeah.
trainers. Like
Yeah.
really, you need Air Forces.
Facts.
Air Force One,
You need
black,
social credit.
or kickers. We had kickers at Air Forces. Nothing else was acceptable, bro. Don't come with anything other than that. My mum gave me Dunlops, bro. I'll never forget the day. My boy looked at me and laughed at me, bro. In front of everyone, you're even laughing at me. Look at your crap. You're getting bullied of your trainers. I said, never again, bro. Hustle mode. So from that day, that's where my hustle mentality came. This is what I'm saying. It comes from pain. It doesn't actually come from. It comes from I want to live like this no more. So this is why when people make decisions, I understand it, because it's like you just come to a point. But yeah, so that's when I started to realize. I got released at 16. So I actually then went to like a local club, and there was a scheme where they was paying us to go there and do like education and football. We did no education, just played football. Because it was basically like a team full of 16 kids who just got released. We had an agent that got us into this school college program. They paid us. I think we were getting like 350 to 380 pound a month. We just played football, and then we did no education, and we were sick. All of us just got released from academies.
Facts.
And then after a year, the government realised what it was doing, and then they shut that down. So then now I'm in a limbo. I've just turned 17, and I'm having to now go college, bro.
Correct.
They're telling me,
You're a free
you
agent?
gotta go college, I'm now saying, my mum and dad are looking at me, saying, you're going to academics. Like, you can't just live life like this, right?
And African parents too.
Yeah, it was long. My brother was a school teacher. So my brother then said to me, I can get you into my school, innit? Because I didn't care about my GCSEs and that. I always knew I was going to play football. When I made that decision,
Even that moment of being a free agent at 17.
I was still going to be me. I knew I was going to play. Listen, what I'm saying.
You're
my
driven.
type of mentality, like, so I look at kids here, bro. 5 a.m. I'm training. 7 a.m. I'm training. I'm training again at 1. I'm in the gym. like reason was when I wanted to lose weight. When I came here, I got fat a bit last year.
Yeah.
I was disgusted at how fat I was, bro. I told people I'm gonna lose weight. People look at me, I'm like, I lost weight. Everyone's like, raw, you look good. I said, big man.
Yeah.
I should never have got there. But when I tell you I'm gonna do something, I'm gonna do it. So it was the same as a kid. I'm stubborn in with my goals and my drive.
Correct.
Because I knew I was better than people. It was just about showing it. So like I don't actually do things to prove anyone. I prove it to myself. I say I want to show you that I am as good as I say I am. I don't care what you think of me.
Yeah.
Correct.
I'm gonna let you know that I'm that cold, and I'm gonna have to back it up somehow and show you all that.
Do you reckon that had something to do with you being one of the younger siblings in the household?
Yeah, I used to look at my brothers and pick who I want to be like.
Yeah. True.
So I've got personality traits for all my brothers, which is probably the benefit. And I also have the safety net of knowing if it really went south, I've got them in the back.
Yeah.
It's weird.
You had those experiences at school, which is quite similar.
Yeah, I always knew, even without them saying it, they got me. And I saw it. They would never tell me, but I would see it in things that would happen.
Yeah.
I got beat up one time in school by one older guy. He was like 4 years older than me. I was running my mouth. He punched me up. And
it's a big age gap in school, especially.
Yeah, I was like, 12, 13. He was like 14, 15.
Yeah.
And he beat me up. And then when he was like rushing me, someone was like, you know whose brother that is?
Yeah.
And he said, I don't care. He said my brother's name. This time I don't know who my brother was like that. He said my brother's name. The kid, I saw the fear. His hand went weak. Bro, he tried to fix me up and I said, nah, you get me? I told my brother, bro, God's my witness, bro. Same day, I saw that kid in the corridor, bro. Pop lip, tie ripped, shirt here. Bro,
Oh my God.
he didn't even look at me, bro. He walked straight down, head down. And I said, bro.
Yeah.
Then the man was like, bro, what your brother did to my man your brother mashed him up. Then when I got home, my brother got onto me.
Yeah.
But then I didn't know he had it like that.
He fixed
You
it up
get
like
it?
that, yeah.
But that was always how it was. Then obviously I started to realize, because when I ever went out, like I said, my world was different. When I stepped out my house, I was lit. Like everyone respected me. I had good respect, but that wasn't because of me. It's because what these lot were doing. I just didn't know what they were doing.
Correct at the
Yeah.
time.
But then so when you're asking me when I get to those older ages, I always knew that if I went for it, my brothers would help me. I don't know, it was weird to say at the time. Like my mentality was like, I'm always gonna win. So then at 17, I went into this school and bro, I think that motivation was different. I'm 17, I'm looking around the classroom like this, bro. I'm looking at me and you are not the same, bro.
This is not you.
You don't want to be there.
Yeah, bro, looking at the clock every day. It was a sixth form and it was strict and you had to wear shirt and tie. Bro, I'm on my phone for two teachers. I'm like, yo. So what I started doing, and at that time, was they started at 8:30. I used to wake up at 5. I would pray. This is when I started praying. So I'd pray. I would go to a park outside my house and I would jog. It would be dark, bro. You see the lamp, the lamp on the parks. I would train in that little area on the park, bro. Combs, thing. I used to just by myself, bro. I would drill a pass to the other side, run, drill a pass. Run like, bro, just jogging. That was me. Cold, rain, shine, tea, I'm a jog. Then I was doing, and then there was a competition that came called the Nike Academy.
The Nike Academy,
And not many people know, but so Nike had a football team. And their football team was to fund their branding. So they used to go around the world and play against the best clubs in the world.
Was that the one on YouTube as well?
Yeah, it was big. YouTube was massive. And there was that centre, it was massive. But bro, it was so hard to get into. So I applied for it, right?
Signed yourself up.
Got accepted into the trials. Long story short, it was a long story.
Now tell us the long story.
And then I got into, so the trials, I applied on the trials online. You have to put your CV on there. I put my CV, X Academy, they accepted me. So they had 96 players from across England. And you had to win the UK trial to represent the UK in the world finals, which would be the same process was done around the world. Like Australia, was done in Australia, Peru, all these places. I won it. Okay, so I got selected as 2 boys. Me and a boy called Sean Clare, who's one of my closest friends now. He actually plays for Leighton Orient. He played for Sheffield Wednesday, Hearts. He had a good career. And I remember going there, bro, to this trial saying, if I don't make it here, I'm done.
Wow.
That was my mentality. Man was like, all my boys were making money now, right? We're 17. Like, you gotta make a decision, bro. My boys are driving. They got cars. Women come into the situation, you're trying to live life as a young lit boy, like, I can't do this no more. This has to work. And I just think I was hungrier than everyone else. And like, I have a picture on my phone from the trial, and we had to wait to announce who was going to be selected as the 2 players to win. My friend's name got called first, and there was 1 player left, bro. And I'm there, and I remember the moment. I remember some things vividly in my career, and I was like proper praying. I didn't know how to pray, but I just remember saying, "God, please."
You were locked in that prayer,
bro. And my eyes were closed, and someone got the person got a photographer a photo of it.
Yeah.
And I was like, damn. And I felt like I was having a personal conversation with God.
Yeah.
And then I heard my name or my number that they called, and then I stood up and I won. So that's when I went for the trials, representing the UK, and from that moment my life changed. So then when I went to the trials and representing the UK, it's always a shoe-in. The ones who win the UK are usually the better ones in the world, and they get selected. And then my life's always been like trials and tribulations. I actually didn't win the world finals, but I balled out.
Yeah.
And I remember, bro, so there's very few times in my life I've ever cried. I remember, I told you if I didn't make it that one, I was going to quit.
Yeah.
This world final was like, if I don't get into the academy, I'm done. I'm going to go back to the ends of the mandem and I'm going to start.
Yeah.
I'm outside. You get me? Whatever needs to be done, needs to be done. We need to get this money.
Yeah,
and I didn't get selected, bro. And I walked out the room, bro. When they didn't select me, like 9 people on the stage. I'm not there. And I know I did my thing. And I'm better than people. I just started crying, bro. Tears.
Yeah.
I gave everything. I was waking up early mornings. I was doing the thing. I started crying. And then they came up to me. They're like, no, like, don't worry. Like, it's a bit of politics behind the scene, but you're in a talent pool. They called it a talent pool. They were just like,
that's the way, yeah.
If these guys or anyone moves on, we'll give you the opportunity,
correct,
basically, because you're how much balled out. I wasn't trying to hear that, bro. I was
not the quota, yeah.
And obviously, I was living. My boy that I came with, he won, and then everyone I was chilling with all got selected, basically, other than me. It was pain.
Wow.
It was one of the worst feelings I ever had in my life.
Yeah.
At that time,
because awkward feeling too.
Awkward.
You're out here, didn't get what you wanted, what you trained hard for.
Yeah.
And now your best mate. It's like, what do you celebrate? Yeah.
Exactly.
Correct.
I'm telling you,
happy
bro,
for
be
them?
lit. Like, go. He's calling his mum and dad, and they're all smiling and that. I'm pain.
Yeah, and you're happy for him.
I'm happy for him.
Correct.
I'm sad for me because I know how I am as a person. Once I make a decision, it's done.
Yeah.
It's no convincing me. You can't convince me to change my mind. Like, so I'm thinking, flip. All right, cool. Let me hit the man them up. Yo, you man, we saying. So I've gone back to school, the school in it, and I'm thinking, yeah, I'm gonna drop out of this.
Wait, but tell us though, how low was that moment though for you? Like,
oh, bro, that was dark, man.
How was the next couple of days? Like,
dark. Got the train back to London.
What was going through your head? Like,
just get that money.
No interest in football. Those moments are.
Football broke my heart, bro. I was done with the football team.
Because there's thousands of people going through that in the UK. That's what they say.
I was like, everyone says if you make it to 18 now, I was going to turn 18 soon. If you're going to turn 18, you're not in an academy, you're not had a scholar. How are you going to make it? This is before Jamie Vardy and them man have did the non-league thing. It was like, how are you going to make it? And it was true. And then, bro, was my witness. I got a missed call. I was in class a week later. I got a missed call from some random number. And then I was like, anyway, I went to the toilet. I was like, missing the toilet. She's like, yeah, I took my phone. I was like, call this number back. It was like 11 a.m, bro. Call this number back. It's like, hi, my name, He said, I can't remember his name. And he's a scout. He's like, I watched you last week at the Nike Academy stuff. I can't believe they didn't sign you. He was unbelievable. He was definitely the best player there. He was like, I'm at, can you come and trial? I was like, where? Nottingham Forest. I was like, what? Is that serious? Nottingham Forest. He's like, yeah, when can you come? I said, when do you need me? Like, when can I come?
I'm here now.
He's like,
get me out of this class.
Like, what are you doing with yourself? I was like, I got college. But I said, don't worry about that. And then he said to me, I said to him, all right, cool, no problem. Called it, said, how does it work? He's like, I'll book you a train ticket. This guy booked me a train ticket.
Wow.
Oh, I'm a hood you, bro. The guy sent me a train ticket to go to Nottingham. Someone's going to pick you up at the station. Ready. Oh, I ended up going on trial at Forest. So these times now, obviously, I had given up.
No. Compare the two feelings now, because you're at a point where you've lost hope. Odds are almost stacked against you, and then I don't know what's the time difference between that.
Yeah, how long was it?
1 week. It was literally the week after the competition.
Yeah, you're plotting now.
Like, I was already plotting to this. I'm done with this whole thing. Football's done. Like, man's get this money. Like, I don't like living bummy. I want it, like, whatever we got to do, just go get it. And then now I'm in like this whole mentality of, oh, I'm at Nottingham Forest. So I walk into the digs. So Nottingham Forest has a stadium on the canal. Then there's a house that they have all their players in.
Yeah.
So imagine I walked into the house. Yeah, the house now. The players that of my age group is Matty Cash. who plays for Aston Villa, Yatesy, who's captain of Nottingham Forest now, Joe Worrell, who was captain, he's at Burnley at the minute, Oliver Twist, Twisty got bought to Leipzig, like Tyler Walker. Like I remember walking in and like just seeing all these, we're just young kids. No one had a career. Remember, just all just and we're all chatting in the house, digs, getting food. They're like, oh, how were you? But anyway, now we're all going to training. But my first day in training, bro, they put me with the first team. So all these lot went to train under 18s. I've gone with the seniors first team, bro. I think it was an accident. I don't even know what they did, bro. But they put me with the first team, bro. Stuart Pearce is the manager. So I'm training with Nottingham Forest first team, and I'm scared. I'm thinking I ain't good enough for this. I'm just thinking, what the hell? But I'm saying I'm gonna bull out though. We're gonna do my thing. So then,
this is what I cried for.
Yeah, bro. You know what I mean? I'm like, I ain't complaining. Exactly. So then, like, bro, I just remember the session went really well. I done really well.
Alhamdulillah.
And then there's like, cool. There's like, yeah, we like this kid. Ticked. Send him with the under 23s. Play the under 23s, just doing my thing, playing. Luckily, the under-23 manager actually used to be the Nike Academy manager. He used to run the Nike Academy. So he had a soft spot for Nike Academy kids. Anyway, I done really well with him, played a game, won. My centre-back partner just got released from Barcelona, Roger Riera at the time, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm playing with high echelon players now.
Wow. Yeah, correct.
Here's me. I'm just trying the thing. Anyway, playing, doing well.
Did you ever have any sense of imposter syndrome? Nothing?
Nah. I was born to do this. I'm like, this is me.
You just work up again, yeah?
Yeah, I'm saying I'm back. I knew I was this good. That's what I was saying.
This was meant to happen.
This was meant to happen. Whatever them lot were doing was wrong. I knew this was going to happen. So then I went Forest, and then yeah, bro, it was going so well, and then they asked me to train with the under 18s now. So I've trained with I'm ticking off boxes. Yeah. They said the 18s manager wants to see if you can fit in with the squad to play for Youth Cup.
Yeah.
Remember, I had a big game against Tottenham coming up, so they were going to sign me to then play. But this is when my stupid roadside gets into me. I'm thinking, bro, I need a day off, man.
Yeah.
You man working me like a dog, man. I'm playing this. I'm tired, bruv. Yeah. So when they put me the 18s now, I'm like, I've done the first team. I've done the 23s, man. You lot are local, man.
Yeah, perspective, huh?
But the 18s were the cold.
Yeah.
They were better than all of them. Balls. That age group. That's what I just told you. The names of the players are playing now in Premier League footballers, bro. Like, I went into training thinking these lot were dead. Yeah. Whoa. I looked by far the worst player. And then the 18s manager was like, I'm not having him. And that football clubs works by like, you need enough names to say yes. Yeah. So like, I think I had like 2 or 3 that were saying yes, 2 saying no. Some are saying attitude issues. I don't know. They might not like me where I was.
Too confident, maybe.
And then there was the deciding game. We're going to organise a friendly for him to play against Luton. Played against Luton at Kenilworth Road, Joe. So we've gone to Luton, driven down in the coach, all of that. I've even got videos on my phone. It's very funny, like. Yeah. And I see all these men on my phone. And
times changed,
bro. I don't know who the striker was. I think it might have been Andre. It might have been someone big. I don't remember who the striker was at the time, bro. But that brother bullied me, boy. First 5 minutes, he looked at me like this, man.
It probably wasn't.
But he was a black guy, innit? First time in football, I seen another older black guy that's like intimidated me, innit? Normally, I am the intimidator. So he intimidated me. I was thinking, raw, bro. One ball went up in the air. He just went like this. Bow! Elbowed, popped my nose. I said, raw. Ball came down, he chested it, turned me spin, kept playing. I'm bleeding. I'm thinking, what's going on? Like, I'm rattled now. Like, you know when you get the water in your eyes?
Yeah, them ones.
I'm all doing this. I'm like, rah.
Yeah. Can't see properly.
Like, you get me?
Running nose.
I get the ball out. They're playing out. I get the ball out. Someone comes, clamps me. Boom, boom, go 1-0. I said, jeez.
It's going to be a long day.
Long day. Next 5 minutes, I was a calamity. I think they scored 3 goals. It was like 3-0 down at half time, bro. Manager said, Taff.
Yeah.
Subbed me at half time.
I needed it.
It took me off the pitch, bro. I think we ended up losing like 3-1. And then the head of academy was taking me to the train station to go back to London to make my decision. I'll never forget the silence in the car, yeah. And he couldn't believe it because of how well I had done before that game. And he just said to me, and obviously at this time I didn't know the severity of what I was in. Like, I was literally this close to signing at Nottingham Forest. Like, all I had to do was play half decent.
Yeah.
We would have drew 1-1. But like, it was that sure on. Like, they had the first team manager come down to watch it. Yeah. Everyone came to watch me. And I was shocking. And he just half broke the silence, just slapped the wheel and said, oh, what was that? Like, he was upset. Like, he was genuinely upset. Like, he was like, he couldn't believe it because I think he was hyping me up to them as well.
Yeah. Correct.
And I let him down. And he was like, I just wish you the best of luck. Like, you've
Correct.
got a lot in you, but you need to do some more to get the extra bit out of you, innit?
Yeah.
And then obviously I'm back in the school. And then I'm like, I just had 3 weeks, the best 3 weeks of my life.
Wow.
Yeah.
Craziest month of my life. And then when the Christmas holidays came, and I was just like,
That's a long train home train.
yeah, but this time it weren't like the first one.
Yeah.
This time I'm gassed though, because no one knows I've done this. So I'm now coming to the end and say, man, them, you know what I've been at Forest. And like, no, you haven't.
Relax.
Shut up.
Yeah.
I go on my phone and show them like, raw.
Training first team.
You're there with them. Like, what happened? And I'm like, yeah, I'm back. I can do it.
Correct.
I'm telling the man I can do it. And then I just was waiting on, hoping that the Nike was going to call me up to this talent pool thing. And then I'll never forget the day, bro. March the 2nd. I get a phone call again. I'm in class, bro. And then they called me and said, we would like to offer you a Nike Academy spot. And they're all around, I didn't know this, but it was all around the table when they made the phone call, yeah. The head office in Nike. And they were, I had to go to the toilet and I'm whispering, I'm like, no way. Then they're like, they go, why are you whispering for? I'm in the toilets. And then they that made a running joke about me. They used to banter me and say, yeah, you're in the toilet making a phone call, innit? I'm like, can I call you back though? I'm coming, you get me? I'm still a hood kid, innit? I'm like, I'm coming. Bro, they ended up having a game against Fulham that Friday. Yeah. And I think it was Tuesday or Wednesday. I ended up meeting the academy, and then, bro, that was it. I said to my teacher, safe, bruv.
I'm out of here.
And I went out and I left, bro, and I was doing my coursework through the first couple months just to finish it off the year.
Yeah.
I played for the academy, bro. My life changed from that moment on.
What was that conversation like with your parents?
Oh yeah, mum and dad, I'm playing football again.
Yeah.
How? This, that. But me and my mum and dad know. To be fair, I think my mum and dad respect me as a person. So they know that their son is driven.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? Like, they know
Correct,
that their son, like, he ain't a waste man. Like, he's not going to do something and be a bum.
Correct.
They knew that if I'm going to do it, they just trusted me. It was weird. I had the trust in my African parents, but they just trusted how I was. So, yeah, mum and dad just was like, okay. And then that was it, bro. Mum was just, I was back on it, bro. I'm playing for the Nike Academy.
Correct.
You get me? But I was way off the level. Like, these I'd been training full time. So the guys that got signed all them 4 months ago now, had been going gym, had the program, protein shakes. I didn't know about none of this, bro.
Correct.
I'm straight jollof rice. You get me?
Yeah.
Jollof rice, eba, F4. You get me? We're going to shop, chicken and chips. You know what I'm saying? I'm straight. No warm ups. Yo, give me the ball. These that we're doing prehab, activation, RPE. Wearing sleep monitor vests, like all this serious stuff. And I was thinking, bro, I used to come home and sleep. We'd come back to the accommodation, I would just conk out. I was that tired. Like,
it's all recovery,
football,
the whole lot.
Ice bath, saunas. Like, it was a train at England's training ground, St. George's Park, where it was based. Bro, like, it was mad hard. So for the first 3 months, I was struggling to adapt. And then once I got into it and the creatine kicked in, you get me? I started squatting heavy. I started entering my Nigerian genetics. I became a problem. And I started becoming confident again, innit? And then, yeah, bro, just had some crazy experiences, bro. Went to Paris, played against PSG. Went to America, played against Portland Timbers.
Correct.
Played against Barcelona at Wembley Stadium. Bro, played against Roma in Italy. Bro, man played against, I was playing against the best ballers in the world, bro. Like, the best footballers, man was bucking them. Yeah. And we're going at it. And I'm saying, yeah, man's cold. So I had the craziest experience, and we gelled, unbelievably well. Like, my roommate at the time was a boy called Anthony Dykstil. He plays for Middlesbrough now. So he played for Suriname national team, plays for Middlesbrough and the champ. And we lived together, every day, as kids. So, we got a mad tight relationship. Nice. Obviously Sean was there. I had boys that played for Busham, which in Gladbach. A lot of them were Peruvians. My teammates were all from around the world. French boys. We was all bonding. All the French Muslim boys chilling with us.
That's nice.
You get me? So then all the Muslims. It was lit. It was mad. Yeah. It was the best experience of my life. If I could sign a deal and stay there forever, I would have.
You would do that, yeah.
But the whole objective was us to show the products, people come buy the products, and also then us to play and get signed.
Correct. And
then that's how I ended up getting signed in the end. I was getting to the point where my manager was kind of clashing with me, saying listen, you've been here for 9 to 10 months. He was like, I don't know if I can help you anymore.
In what sense?
In the sense of we might need to get someone else in to give them 9 or 10 months to change their life. It was hard. We used to play them tournaments. Remember the world that I told you to get in? Yeah. So every time 8 players would sign, 8 players would get released. Yeah. It weren't no fun and games. We was working to get a contract, but also to keep our place. And if they felt that they couldn't give us any more, they'll get rid of you. So my manager was having this conversation with me. He was having a deep conversation with me. And I'm thinking to myself, but I can't go back to the ends. I've made it now. Like, everyone thinks I'm lit. I have all these Nike boots, campaigns.
Facts.
We were doing adverts for Nike. I was on billboards and that in the
In the area.
Yeah, like I was lit, bro. And then, we had a game. He actually sent me home to think about it, what I wanted to do, because he wanted to know how serious I was. Then he sent me to like this non-league club called Telford, and I played in a game against Wolverhampton Wanderers under 21s, done really well. And then Wolves were like, "Oh, we might have a punt on him. Like, can you come to trial?" Then Anak was like, "All right, we have a game against Burnley. You'll play against Burnley, and if you do, after that game, we go to Wolves." Played against Burnley now. We beat Burnley 2-1. So then Burnley have called the next day and was like, "Nah, like we want to have a look at that centre back. We need a centre back."
They had a scout there.
No, played against Burnley.
Playing him, yeah.
So then Burnley was like, "Can he come in?" He was like, "He's meant to go into Wolves." And then it was like, they called me and said, "What do you want to do?" I said, "Who's more keen, innit?" Like, it was like Burnley like said they want you in tomorrow. Like will drop you. And so I went to Burnley. But I played against Burnley on a Tuesday, drove to Burnley on a Wednesday, trained with them Thursday, played against Liverpool on Friday. So then we bucked Liverpool now, and we beat Liverpool 1-0 or 2-1, one of the two. Beat Liverpool at the training ground with all their ballers, and that was unheard of for Burnley at the time. So that was a good start. You get me?
Yeah.
Then my next game was against like Fleetwood Town, slapped them up like 4-1. Then my deciding game was against this American team that was on tour, bro. Slapped them 10-0, bro. I said, "Yo!"
Go back to where you came from.
I said, "Man, getting signed." You get me in my head though, but I'm nervous. So then Wolves were waiting to see if I was going to come. But as I was on trial, bro, I got another club coming. I had the Swedish club, IFK. They asked me to come. There was a kid that went from the Nike. So now all of a sudden, bro, I've gone from nearly being released to like this. And this is what I mean. And it goes to like how my faith in God became strong and was like, whenever I was about to be down and out and close to doing something crazy. Like, I mean, when people now know me, you won't believe me. But I'm telling you, bro, before this version of me existed, there was a hood youth version of me. I never went uni, bro. I didn't go education since 16. I was always trying to play football. And the friends I had were from the estate.
Facts,
so I ain't got university friends. I haven't got social environments like that. Yeah. And everyone I know is a footballer. And footballers I have a very stereotype. So when I got this opportunity and then turned around, Burnley offered me a contract. And I said, yeah. And that's when I started to learn about football and politics and agents and all of that sort of stuff, which I learned the hard way. But yeah, long story short, Burnley offered me a deal. And then that was it.
Under 23s?
Yeah, under 23s. It was a weird time of the year when I signed. So it was like a 19-month contract. It was like a year and a half, nearly 2-year contract.
Correct.
And I signed for Burnley, bro. Carried on playing. And it was just mad now.
So you're like, this is it. I'm gonna make it to the top.
After my first season, I signed just before the end of the first season. Burnley were top of the championship. And then we got promoted into the Premier League. So my second year of my pro was in the Premier League. First year in the Premier League club. And so we went into a Premier League club, as in, it was mad now. So we're like, man's lit.
Yeah, the standard went up.
Man's watching first team games and it's Man United at town, Arsenal were in town. Like, it was mad.
Yeah.
And I was like, but obviously by now I had like established my name amongst the ballers in London though. Because obviously I've been playing academy since 14. I'm now 19. I've signed a pro. Like all the ballers, like any London baller that you probably see now that's around my age, man, played against or no. So it was, that's how it worked. And then I was at Burnley and it was just amazing, bro.
So how serious were you taking like your personal development during this like time, you know, like your nutrition, your recovery? Because you're just a kid from the area.
So now I'm locked in though. I'm learning. I'm like a sponge. If I'm in an environment, I want to learn.
Facts.
Like, I want to be a learner. Like I don't, when I'm not an idiot, innit? If I got an opportunity, I'm coming
taking it serious, yeah.
I'm seeing the man them doing what they're doing, and I'm like, bro, I live this life. I ain't trying to be like that anymore. This is where I want to be in it. So I'm doing everything to stay.
That professional
so I'm doing
lifestyle.
everything. Like I would be the first one into training. I lived 5 minutes from the training ground, so I used to go down. I used to spend all my days there.
Correct.
I was living 4.5 hours away from London, bro.
Yeah.
So I was locked in the trenches of it. There
was those little times.
And then the hood me. It's like I then started chilling with the hood boys in Manny.
Yeah, you know.
So my boy, my flatmate I live with, he's from Manchester, he's from Cheetham Hill, innit? Yeah. So Cheetham Hill is like a proper notorious area in Manchester, innit? Like Yo, hey, listen, they got one masjid in there, bro. It's like curtains, bro. Hey, bro, I'm telling you, bro, outside masjid. I was like, yo,
outside masjid,
bro. Somali masjid is not still. I'm telling you, Cheatham Hill, bro. I'll never forget. I said, "Yo, you man from Baghdad right now. What's going on? I'm in the trenches, bro."
Thanks. Wait, what's a curtain masjid?
Bro, just the curtains were there
outside,
and they had outside. They had bro. It was
no
mad.
physical structure.
Nah, bro. They were really fundraising, innit? You get me? The masjid was open, innit?
That's why he's love a fundraiser.
So I remember, but he was so obviously I was chilling with him a lot now.
Yeah.
So when I'm bored on the weekends, I'm going to Manny now.
Yeah.
So I'm learning. I got bare friends in Manny. I'm in Manchester now. I'm Arndale Centre. I'm around the town. I'm meeting the young boys from Man United. And we're all just baking off, chilling. Like my boy, we're just chilling, innit? Footballers, right? And then the NAFs and all that kicked in. Every time I come home now, it's lit because I'm like the Premier League baller, right?
Facts.
I mean, T's coming home.
Everyone's
T there. I was
talking
lit.
about
it. We on T. We need to go there. Like, you get me? So I'm now. So every time I come London, I'm just getting into madnesses. That would then that probably set me back a couple of weeks or like all dumb stuff, like real dumb stuff. Like,
did you know in the moment it was setting you back, or you just so because it's low-key a fast life?
Yeah,
you know.
I didn't realize till probably it was too late.
Facts. Yeah.
I remember. I knew when I messed up. I had a game against Aston Villa away. And I told the man them that was going uni in Birmingham to come watch. Yeah. Got a villa in it. Yeah. I got all the man them to come watch me and that. And I got bullied, bro. Yeah. A guy called Keenan Davis, innit? I think he plays for Udinese now. Yeah. He moved to me still. Get me? He gave me smoke. Him and that Corey Blackett Taylor, you gave me work that day, fam.
You never get that name.
Nah, you know when someone works you don't forget their names, bro.
Never. It's that Michael Jordan Black.
Yeah, bro. And the worst thing, the worst thing about it was when I left, after the game, the man them and that thing was like, "Oh, who's number 7?" Like, you get me with the other team, like, you get me, like, "Oh, like, can you chat to?" Like, you know, the man them are chatting, the girls chatting. I'm like, "Oh, you must have cooked me still." But I was bad, and then I think that's the moment I realized when my manager kind of was like, "I don't know if he's got it," and I didn't know had a competition, and we signed a centre back from Man United, Jimmy Dunn. He played for QPR now. Yeah, facts. And Jimmy came and played with me, and then like all the boys that were on loan that I didn't know about that was in my position came back for pre-season. Yeah, and then that's when I realized, I might be competition's hard here. Yeah, and then in the first team at the time, you had Ben Mee, James Tarkowski, Michael Keane. Yeah, them man were fighting out to play, and then they had Kevin Long underneath him, who was another good centre back. Then they had Tom Anderson. Then there was like Jimmy Mee, and there was Alex Whitmore. Like there was so many. It's a big list. Very good, but I was probably like 9th on the list, bro. Yeah. And I didn't know that though. Yeah. I didn't know how this thing went. Yeah. I was just learning on the job. And then by the time you realise it's too late, you're trying to play catch up and you can't catch up.
Yeah, facts. But going back to the whole fast life thing and then trying to focus on the professional side of things, yeah? Did you ever have like that role model, older brother, someone there to guide you, or it's just day by day, it's just...
Do you know what it was as well? I'll be honest, yeah. I didn't really want to tell my peoples what I was doing. And at the same time...
Like, were you living a double life almost? Huh? Living a double life almost?
So my parents probably, yeah, but my brothers got it. Yeah. They knew what I was on. Because like, for example, I remember taking my driving test. I failed in London. I said, Bunny, my boys in my team was talking about it. He said, if you wear your Burnley kit to the driving test centre in Burnley, you'll pass. Yeah. Premier League privilege. Yeah. I did it.
It worked?
Of course. What do you mean? I went, you get me? I wore my full kit. I had my match day tracksuit on. Yeah. But the worst thing is, there's one massive Burnley fan. Like, you need to get him. If you get him, we'll talk Burnley. You don't care, innit? Yeah. Bro, my luck, fam. The guy saw me. Oh, how are you? Oh, play for 21. Have I got you? Nah, I got someone else. Bro, the guy he doesn't even like football.
He switched. Wow.
I was vexed, but you see me, I got like the gift of the gab. I can talk, innit? Thanks. So me and this guy, bro, I said, me and you are going to become friends. It's like 45 minutes, bro. My man doesn't like football. You know them weird guys, they don't like sports. Nothing to talk about me. I'm more interested in you. So what do you do? You know? You're like, oh yeah, that's all right.
You'll find a way.
Yeah, he starts telling me the sky jumping. He's like, oh, that's interesting. I always want to do sky jumping. I'm all lying through my teeth. I'll never forget, yeah.
You never jumped off a plane.
Bro, this guy. Anyway, I'm thinking, this is taking too long, boys. Go back. Yeah. Bro, I'll never forget on a country road, there's a tractor in front of me.
Yeah.
I failed already, remember, in London. I need to pass, bro.
Yeah.
I'm like, I looked at him, I said, big man. I said it in this way, big man, should I overtake? If I overtake, would I fail? If you can't speak, just nod. And he said, if I sit here, am I going to fail? He said, I sat there, bruv. I tell you, the traffic behind me, I wasn't going to overtake, and the car comes up the hill, and all of a sudden now I'll risk it. So, bro, I followed this tractor, got back my mom. I tell you, my driving took like 55 minutes, bro. And then when he passed me, gassed. So what my whole point on that is, I passed. Yeah. I promise you, I ordered a car. I had a car by the Friday next week.
Next week, yeah.
I had like a Sirocco, TDI, 2 liter, room blacked out, rims, everything. I was a guy.
A bit of a statement.
Yeah, bro. Insurance was stupid, didn't care. Even had to call my right hand like, yo, M, because my best friend played in Germany for Borussia Mönchengladbach at the time. He got bought from Crystal Palace, yeah? Hey, yo, M, man, I can't lie. You might have to front me the bread for the insurance right now, but you know my team, I'm good for it. You get me? Yeah, so like that's how I didn't even have it like that, but I had it enough to get it.
Correct. Yeah.
And I was just living that life. So then when I've come home with car and that, Mum and Dad are just thinking, you just passed. Like my brother's telling me, get a Corsa, second hand, cheap car, you're gonna scratch it and that. I'm looking at him thinking, you think the galley want a Corsa, bro? So Rocco, you get me? That's how I'm thinking. So it was like I had advice from my older brothers, but they would give me life advice, and I needed football advice.
Correct.
They didn't understand football because I was the first to do it.
Correct.
So when I'm the first to do the football thing, they don't understand how life is in the football world, because football is disgusting. The industry is disgusting.
Facts.
Like, it's the hardest industry in the world. It's brutal. Football don't love you. And if the moment you realize that, the moment you realize I will never look at anybody that goes to Saudi Arabia for money. I'll never look at anybody like Oscar who leaves Chelsea. All these fans and the uproar, you don't understand. You've never been there. You see why? Let me tell you a perfect example right now. Marcus Rashford gave his life to that club.
Yeah.
What's that club done for him now?
Shipped him.
He's this, he's that. They don't care. So why would you care? Go make your money.
Correct.
And live your life.
Facts.
That's football though. It's the reality, bro. And I can name a bag of players. So many footballers that you will see that as soon as your time is done and they're ready to get rid of you, you're gone.
Yeah. That's why people questioning like John Duran. You've seen,
bro. I thought that guy there,
21.
best ever decision he made. 21 years old, make all that money, fly to Saudi, go play there for 3-4 years, even 1 year, come back.
Under 25 still.
Ivan Toney the same, bad man. I rate him.
Yeah.
How can I hate on Ivan Toney? What? Everyone wants me that, I'm in an iron match. I'll go Saudi, make all my money, and I'll come back here and still be one of the best strikers in the Prem. He's not losing his ability.
No, he won't.
Do you know what I mean? And this is the thing with football, though. I learned that the hard way, though. I learned that
the game doesn't love you.
Yeah. And I learned that too late.
Facts.
So, yeah. So anyway, I was at Burnley, and then I got released at 21. And then, bro, getting released at 21 is dark.
Yeah, how was that for you? Did you kind of expect it as well?
By the end, I knew I was going to get released, but I just thought I was going to go to the champ. That's what I'm saying. The naivety of me understanding football, I just thought I was going to go championship. I never actually thought I was going to drop down.
In a way, that's a good mentality to have.
Yeah, but
in the moment.
Correct. But then the agent, and this is when I realized how important agents were.
Yeah.
That the agent I had at the time, I signed to. So what happened was I signed with an agent when I went to Burnley, and I got released myself out of that contract with that agent because he was a bit crook. He was a crook, actually.
Yeah.
And then halfway through my career at Burnley, I didn't have an agent, and all my teammates had agents, and their agents watch our games and ask me, do I want to get represented by them? Yeah. I never forget, we played another game against Liverpool in the local cup, Lancashire Cup. I think we played Liverpool. The first team players were coming back. Sacco played, Joe Gomez played, all these boys played in the game, and we played against them, and I done really well. They beat us in the end, but I had a really, really good game. And I had like 7 agents after the game asking me, can I get your number? One of the people at Academy came to watch me, and the person he came to watch me with was an agent. He said, forget Restham, sign with him. He vouched for me for the main agent of a big agency. Like, the agent now is Ollie Watkins' agent, and the rest of them. Like, Paolo is he's a very good agent, big agent. But when Paolo signed me, he never watched me. He signed me based upon someone else. So then Paolo didn't want to put his word in to get me a very good club. He just wanted to see if I could get a decent club. So then he sent me to Millwall, and I didn't get signed for whatever reason, long story short. So I just didn't get signed at Millwall. Yeah. I was close to getting signed, but I just didn't get signed. So Paolo was like, see, I can't put my name to that, even though, and this was still under contract at Burnley. So I said to Burnley, you're going to release me. Can I go trial places? I was like, of course. So I went to Millwall, came back to Burnley. Asked me how it went. Went to Bromley now, who were National League. Then Bromley I'm in Orange, and Burnley was like, actually, we need you to come back. You can't sign on loan there. We need you to play from the rest of the season because too many other guys have gone on loan. Yeah. So I was vexed now. So instead of me coming there and just utilising the facilities and thing, I've come there on above one. I'm in training. I don't want to be there. I'm like, you lot is not letting me progress my career. And then it's worse now. I've got bad attitude with all the coaches. I'm really doing the London boy thing now. I'm doing the bad attitude egg and that. Because in my head, I'm thinking I'm still going to get out of this. Then my time at Burnley became worse because they started promoting kids younger than me, above me, because they was like, these guys becoming spoiled. And then, it was just dark, man. It became this whole roller coaster. I'm relying on the agent. He sent me to Ireland, bro. Went to a club called Galway United, who's like Irish Prem. Bro, I remember sitting in the seaside beach thinking, I can't play here, bro. Yeah. They had me in like a hostel the first 2 nights. Like I was like, nah, this is dead. I'd rather be in the ends. And then that was it, bro. I ended up going to Colchester United, which was like League 2. They offered me to sign and train with their 23s, play sometimes and play for their sister club, which was even lower than that, like 8th division. Wow. And that was the only option I had. And the ends. Like literally now and that's what I'm saying, I'm 21. I couldn't go uni. Everyone went uni at 19, finishing at 21, 22. I'm not about to go uni. No. I'm released and I'm figuring out how do I make this work. Everyone sees me as a Premier League footballer or someone that was going to be there. Yeah. I'm now not. And this was now dark.
Yeah, so how do you deal with the mental side of that? What when you say dark, because obviously we've never been there. Yeah. We'll never possibly be there. Could you describe that feeling in that moment? Like, what is it like, you know?
It's kind of embarrassing. I think embarrassing is more an imposter syndrome. Like, they loved you for what they thought you were rather than who you were. I didn't make it. I never made it. I didn't play in the Prem. I had nothing, essentially, but I thought I had everything. So, like, it was that realisation of having that you had nothing. I remember my boys were doing certain things to get money and that, and I remember them trying to show me certain things and that. And I remember saying, I was like, this ain't for me either. Like, I was like, ugh.
That's easy temptation too.
Yeah, but I can't be in a band.
It's not the same.
Yeah, I saw a bando and I was like, this is nasty. You look nasty, bro. Seeing nitty on the floor and like cat piss area, it's nasty. Yeah. And then I was like, the fraudsters were like doing stuff and I was like, this is boring as well. Like fraudsters were doing jobs. It was just long, innit? I remember them showing me, I was like, this is dead. So I actually getting a job like doing labouring. I remember, bro. I was doing labouring, and that's what I'm trying to give you my mind state.
That's when it hits you,
bro.
I can imagine. I can think of
is smashing chimneys, sledgehammer, but I'm doing it with pure anger.
Yeah, thanks.
Pure anger.
Letting it release.
I'm upset. I'll never forget my mum. My mum and dad used to see me come home from labouring all dirty and that. And my mum says, I didn't suffer and with education for my son to end up like this. Like in this country, she said, you're from the UK and you're doing this. You know them ones, she suffered in Africa and she's saying, my son is doing this. Like she's praying to God, like, please, like save this boy. I'll never forget one of the guys I met on the labouring, he just come out of jail. And he went jail for shooting at police, So obviously we were all chatting at lunch one time and he's saying, like, man, just come out of jail, you get me, man, done my thing, man, booted. And the police is telling man the story, like what you been on? Like, I'm like, I was playing for Burnley. What? Play for Burnley, we do this, You see that heartbreak?
Yeah. That kills you.
Broken. You start feeling like a wasteman. Embarrassing now. Bro, man was in jail. We're doing the same thing now. I play for a Premier League club. What's going on? He's looking at me saying, bro, you said pattern up, man. What's wrong with you, man? What, none of your bridges can put you on? Like, what are you doing here? Like, I have no choice. Like, you get me? Like, I got to sign on and that, trying to send me back. And he's saying to me, and I'm feeling embarrassed, bro. I'm working with people, they can't speak English. Like, bro, it was just, bro. Bro, it was pain. Pain, bro. And there's other things going on in the end, like just
that's
politics.
Your test, man.
And then I just remember just saying to myself, like, bro, God, I need you, man. And this is when my journey of Islam proper started. And that's when I started. Because I started a bit when I was living by myself in Manchester. Because certain things were going on and I just didn't understand them. Like I'll get sleep paralysis. I didn't get it. I was scared. I just didn't know why I was getting sleep paralysis. Like obviously my dad and mum had educated me about Islam and that, but bro, I'll be honest, I didn't grow up Muslim. As in, I was Muslim, but I didn't grow up Islamic. Like you see, man will know 2-3 juz. They'll go duxi. They'll go thing. No, bro. Yeah. Man knew about 50 Cent of them, man, you get me.
Everyone has to
Man knew about G-Unit and MTV Base. I didn't know about that. So
because everyone has to find their Islam,
exactly.
Even if you're born Muslim.
Yeah, you have to make a decision to want to be Muslim, right?
Correct.
And then so then that whole transitional period, I started trying to make sure. But one thing I always did was pray. It didn't matter if everything was joined up at the end of the day. I made sure I prayed, didn't it?
Thanks.
Like that was my one thing, and then I also made sure that I had to do what was necessary to like. It's a separate conversation, but like for example, say I went out, with my boys and that.
Are you on a time limit?
No, we can pause.
Yeah, keep going.
I'm gonna say we need to
delve into it. Oh, you might need to pray.
We might need to pray in a second.
I think we should pray.
Let's actually pray.
So I remember at that time as well when I was doing the construction stuff with these guys. I think Dwight McNeil was playing with me at the time, and Dwight just started banging off for Burnley. Like started playing for the seniors, playing. I remember Dwight was scoring in the Prem
every week. I remember.
Yeah, like it was killing it, bro. I will never forget. I remember the moment of like just watching him, feeling so gassed for him because he's like a young boy. Like I used to like look after my guy. Like he was mad cool, and just looking at my life, thinking, what have I done? But like, actions always have consequences, regardless of every action. The gym, you go to the gym, consequences come. The consequence is good, right? The outcome is losing weight or whatever you're trying to. Same with life, you do things, you get a consequence from it. And obviously, being Muslim, you understand now that your sins will obviously take away from the barakah of your blessings, right?
Facts.
And I always say I was plentiful in barakah, like in good barakah. Like I've had so many blessed opportunities in my life, but I've also burnt them. They're like sins are like firewood, right? To your good deeds. Pardon me, and I lived that. Like it was not even funny, but like I lived that, and I think that was the first moment where I really was like, this is what I mean. I've had moments, I told you, throughout this journey where I've had lifelines, right? 14, getting released at 16, going to college, then getting the training, then not getting it. Like every time my story is just hardship. My story is me having something, not appreciating it, losing it, working my ass off to get it back, and then losing it again. I told my brother, man, I said to my brother recently, one of my brothers, I was like, you know what I realized about me? I was like, my hardest thing isn't actually getting to something. I can get anything I want. I genuinely could, by God's grace. Like, my hardest thing is keeping it. I can't keep things. I get comfortable again. Like, it's weird. I'm like, I work so hard to stay disciplined to do something, and then like in one moment I'm just like, I bun it. I deserve this, and then it's a snowball effect. You just next thing you know, you're just in a madness.
Facts, yeah.
And that's like the story of my life, which is dunya, which is the test. But I think
I got a question, and going back to the introspective side of things. Yeah, you know when you were sitting, whatever, on that lunch break with the guy that shot the police officer down and this and that, yeah, and you were having all these thoughts, obviously. Did you feel as if you let yourself down, or you let the people down? Even though you said, you highlighted before, you weren't doing it for the people at any stage, you know. But then there's that constant reminder that people have put you on some sort of pedestal, rightfully so.
By this point, I definitely was aware that man let my mum and dad down. Like I could see the hurt in my mum's eyes when she saw me come home every day. So like for example, when I remember that day, I was sitting in like the top of the house. It was the only insulated part where it was like covered, and it was snowing these times. I remember, bro, February, it was dark. Yeah, it was snowing. So you know if you've ever done construction, the house is obviously it's in construction. The floorboards are not even made. Like the whole house is empty, so the wind's just blushing through it. It's freezing cold. I remember sitting there thinking to myself, like, acknowledging that you did a mess up. Like, this one's a hedachi, you know, a big headache. It's not even a headache. It's a hedachi. You can't even concentrate. You know what I'm saying? You're thinking about life, like, and just how did you get to this point? That's probably, if not after a couple other events, probably the darkest point of my life. Like, in that moment, I'm not gonna lie to you, man felt like a proper, the term wasteman. Like, I felt like a wasteman.
Correct. Yeah.
Like 6 months prior, I was a cocky little Premier League footballer. I wasn't a Premier League footballer. In the changing room, nice money, Gucci wash bag, all that nice stuff. 6 months later, bruv, man's with criminals and people that can't put a sentence together.
Correct.
Smashing chimneys, bruv. Holdings, putting rubbish in skips. Coming home, mum and dad looking at me, thinking, how did my son get like this?
Yeah.
So at that point, I felt like I let everyone down.
And who can you have a conversation to? Because, like, for example, the guy that just shot someone up, he's got a different problem, you know?
Yeah.
He's fall from grace. He's not really.
Yeah.
But you have literally a fall from grace, you know? Who can relate to?
No one could. Everyone couldn't understand me. It was weird. And obviously then everyone blames you. No one wants to say nothing. Family wouldn't say nothing to you. But
Yeah,
like,
correct.
it was,
You just know.
yeah, no one has to say anything to me.
It's the looks that kill.
Yeah.
Bro, it was my dad as well. Like, he would hype me up to all these friends. No Nigerian parents, bro.
Yeah.
They're boast. None of them boast, you know. My son, you know, he plays for Burnley. Yeah? You know, do you want to play Arsenal? You know, but they would probably be gassing me up. And now all of a sudden, my uncles and aunties, when they pull up to the house, how's football? Bro.
Yeah.
God's my witness, bro. Do you know how embarrassing that whole football conversation is? Even now, like, when I've been released, like...
Still.
Yeah, because everyone always, like... Remember, my perception is I've been a footballer my whole life. I actually came to Australia and I went to a rubbish club. I don't mind saying it. They lied to me.
Yeah.
Whoa. Oh, damn. Sorry, didn't see you guys there. I know you probably weren't expecting me here yet, but yeah, the episode came to an end. We'll see you next week. Stay tuned for a second half and another banger. Peace.